Hello and welcome to Camp Xtras. Recently I picked up the Switch 2 and I've gotten some time into Mario Kart World. I think under most circumstances I wouldn't have bought this day one, but the pre-order came up and I thought it'd be cool to review some new games for it here on Camp Xtras. I do like Nintendo, but the Switch 2 only has this and Donkey Kong Bonanza that I'm particularly interested in, at least for this year. Though it has been a great opportunity to play some Switch games that I never beat, so look out for a Zelda Link's Awakening review at some point. Yet, I put a good amount of time into Mario Kart World, which is the flagship title for the Switch 2. I played a lot of multiplayer, explored the open world, and played with it extensively. I'd like to share some of my thoughts on it here today. Mario Kart World does feel like the next logical step for the Mario Kart series. Mario Kart is a franchise that I feel personally gets better with each entry. All are great from the Super Nintendo up, but Mario Kart 8 felt like the perfect Mario Kart experience. The amount of content it offered and the controls all felt spot on. Racing in that game was a blast, and it did feel like with Mario Kart World, the next step should be an open world one. It was a smart move on their part. It still retains its classic Grand Prix mode, adding a few more features, but its showpiece is the open world with all the tracks interconnected with each other. Even the Grand Prix gets this, where you race on a track and then take to the road to drive to the next track. The knockout mode takes this to another level, where you drive tracks straight in a row, no pauses, and you get knocked out if you play slow. This was easily the most enjoyable part of the game for me. The setup here is perfect, and it is an absolute blast. Yet there is an issue with the intermingling of the open world and the races, and that's that the open world is a bit too empty and stagnant at times. I noticed sections like going to Bowser's Castle or being out in the desert where the track would be huge but not doing much. I love the windy, twisty real tracks, but out in the open world, these wacky races get stale fast, especially when the environment isn't striking. You will drive straight and not really do much for a little bit. This to me is a significant problem because you want your races to be continually intense in a game like this, although I do think all of the actual tracks are handled well. The controls though are fantastic, and as far as racing goes, it's all perfectly done. The drifting flows well, and the wall riding is tough to learn, but it does add a new dimension. The sense of speed and general driving is perfectly arcadey and fun. When I was playing split screen, it was still clicking, especially in the knockout mode. This was intense and a blast, so even if I had issues with the openness, I was still having fun. Now, I do think the open world concept itself is a good idea. It's just not well executed. The same applies with the tracks as it does when you're just exploring, where it all feels a bit too empty, and I found myself driving around aimlessly, which wasn't too fun. Yet they do offer some entertaining things, such as P-switches that require you to complete specific goals in the world, such as doing amateur races, collecting blue coins, or taking over a special vehicle. These are mostly fun, but I feel like a lot of these were really easy. The hidden peach coins were fun to try and figure out, and the hidden blocks hidden all around are fun to find. With these, you get cute stickers that serve as a sort of achievement system for this game, which is a cute Nintendo way to do it. I do like that there are a bunch of new characters and costumes, and that was what I was most interested in getting in the world, visiting various food joints and seeing all the different costumes that the game gave you. Though, I'm really upset that Donkey Kong only has one extra costume. I mean, the baby characters have more costumes than Donkey Kong. I find that a bit bizarre. I just felt myself coming back to this game for local multiplayer, and as the days passed, I felt less and less interested in the open world. The racing is solid, but I feel like the world is just too hollow, which is sad because this game looks amazing. The way the environments look and change is brilliant. The layering and detail in each track shines through, and it makes for awesome places to race in. The music is also the best in the franchise, and this is from a diehard fan of the GBA soundtrack. When this game gets jazzy and really lays into the saxophone, it's brilliant. I loved racing with this music behind me. I do have issues with this game, but it does a lot right. It feels good to play, and the racing in its own modes is awesome. The music and look are good too, and it's going to always be a fun multiplayer game to pull out. Yet the open world feels too empty, and that leaks into some of the races. It makes the big selling point for this game a little weak, and I think because of that, it puts it somewhere in the mid-tier of Mario Kart titles. Though that is still a great place to be. But that does wrap it up for today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It really helps me on the algorithm. Subscribe to keep up with more content like this, and be sure to check out my main channel, Camp Xbox, for retro Xbox content. But I'll see you here next time at Camp Xtras.